Anyone who had played HOI4 outside of the boring mode, or even enough in it, had eventually encountered one of these portraits. They are assigned to leaders who do not have a unique portrait, or you lack DLC that adds them, or a country has no pre-coded leader for that ideology to begin with. In vanilla, continents have from 9 to 16 leaders, and that is counting all the guys who share the same face. To combat this, most total conversion mods add their own generic portraits, however some just don't bother, even if 100% of leaders are randomly generated. This is extremely immersion breaking and visually exhausting. There are 6 standalone mods in total that address this issue, and today I will present them to you in order starting from worst to best, all of course being my personal opinion. Now keep in mind that all of these mods work only with vanilla ideologies, meaning that if a country is ruled by a non-vanilla ideology leader, he will not be using any of these portraits. Number 6. Generic Portraits Expanded. At the bottom we have this AI nightmare. So yeah, most of these portraits just look so inhuman. However, some of them do look decentish. This leads me to believe that there were no quality control and the creator just went for scale. Here this mod does succeed, as it adds over 1,000 new portraits, more than any other mod on this list. However, around 300 of those portraits are female portraits, who only show up if there are game modifiers who add female unit leader chance for generals or female leader chance for leaders. The female generals work without any issues, but the female leaders only work if its modifier was applied after the nation's leader dies or the nation did not exist at the game's start. Also, both modifiers are barely used in mods and only once in vanilla. On the plus side, this mod does add advisor portraits, but they're still ugly. Number 5. More generic portraits. There isn't much to talk about this one. It's the oldest generic portrait mod I could find. It adds only 37 portraits, 6 of them being replacements, all of whom are for country leaders. It's also incompatible with the first place winner of this list. Number 4. No more generics. While this mod's main selling point is the addition of over 700 new unique portraits to unique vanilla characters who previously were hard-coded to use vanilla generic portraits, it also adds, or rather replaces, all vanilla portraits with new ones, fixing the aforementioned issue where unique characters without unique portraits always used the same vanilla portraits. This leads me to recommend usage of this mod alongside other your preferred generic portrait mod. Number 3. Random country placement. More portraits. This mod adds a modest number of new generic portraits, being 142. All of the portraits added by this mod are taken from other mods, or are operative portraits with changed backgrounds. Many portraits are repurposed unique portraits. This might throw you off a bit if you know their real identities. Number 2. Generic portraits 399 plus. Now, as the title says, this mod adds over 400 portraits. And just as in generic portraits expanded, all of them are made by AI. However, most of them are quite good in terms of quality, excluding a few outliers. Due to being made by AI, leaders do not match the HOI4 art style or the time period, as all of them are wearing modern-day suits. Also, majority of non-European portraits are unnaturally bright, and some have these weird orange spots on their faces. Unlike all other mods on this list, advisor portraits are included. It also adds a national spirit to all starting and release nations. That increases female leader and general generation chances. Its strength can be adjusted in custom game rules. However, it has two major issues, and because of them, female leader generation chance only works with releasable nations or after leader deaths without scripted replacements. Firstly, the aforementioned issue of female leader chance only working for released nations or after leader deaths. And secondly, these national spirits are removed by civil wars. Strangely, this mod for some reason increased the chance of female leaders and generals for USSR and Germany. The latter does make a bit of sense as USSR had the most female serving combat roles during World War II. However, female commanders were used exclusively in female units, highest ranking one being a major. But Germany is completely out of place as female combat service was against Nazi Party ideology, which supported traditional gender roles. And for the final place, too many generic leaders, a mod made by me. You might say that it's unfair to make a tier list and place my own mod at the top. Well, to prove my objectivity, I will start with the issues, which in my opinion are all relatively minor. Firstly, about a fourth of all portraits are female. This is not time accurate as female country leaders started semi-commonly appearing only in the 1980s, and female generals are still a rare sight. If you find this to be an issue, you can download a version of this mod without female portraits. Secondly, all females use male names. Fixing this would require me to edit female general and leader generation chances, and that would take a while, reduce mod's compatibility, and would still have an issue with languages where surnames differ with genders. Thirdly, it does not add advisor portraits, as implementing them would take a while, and they are just not that important. Fourthly, it does not add unit commander portraits. Thus, if No Step Back DLC is enabled, generic general portraits do not work. I tried to fix this but failed, and even if I was successful, it would take a while to fix it for all general portraits. Another thing that I could not find a way to fix is Raj, aka India's local generic portrait override. It's strange as it works for all other nations that I did this for. For example, I made North African countries use a mixture of Middle Eastern and African portraits. Speaking of portraits, this mod adds 842 generic portraits that are used by country leaders and/or generals or admirals. I sourced these generic portraits mainly from vanilla scientist and operative portraits, but as well as from the following mods: Kaiser Redux, Great War Redux, and New Ways. I only used their generic portraits from the same categories, with the exception of KXR, where I used obscure, unique, and operative portraits with changed backgrounds. Well, with that is it for today. I'm Sniper195, and I hope you enjoyed this video.